Meet Leo, an English learner. Right now, he's standing at the counter of a busy cafe, just trying to order a simple cup of coffee. But inside his head, it's chaos. He is frantically searching his memory for the absolute perfect vocabulary word and the exact right grammar rule to use. Adding to the stress is the line of people waiting behind him. To Leo, they don't look like regular customers. They look like an impatient audience, silently judging every second he takes. The pressure becomes too much. He shakes his head, steps away from the counter, and leaves the cafe without saying a single word or getting his drink. The fear of making a mistake creates a massive wall in the mind. It stops language learners from getting what they actually want in the real world. Now Leo sits alone on a bench outside. He feels completely defeated, embarrassed that he couldn't speak, and isolated from the people around him. If you have ever felt this sudden memory loss under pressure, you need to know you are not alone. Almost everyone learning a new language goes through this exact same panic. It happens because your brain treats the possibility of social judgment like a physical threat. That sudden spike in fear overrides all the careful practice you do at home. Retreating into silence feels safe in that scary moment, but choosing not to speak guarantees that you won't get what you need, and it takes away your chance to improve. Staying quiet doesn't actually protect you from embarrassment. It only shrinks your world and keeps you separated from others. Let's look at a different situation where the stakes are a bit higher. Fast forward to late at night. An exhausted Leo checks in at a hotel front desk. The hotel worker looks confused at the computer screen. He leans over the desk, telling Leo there's a serious problem finding his reservation. Leo's immediate instinct is to panic and run away. He knows he doesn't have the complex vocabulary required to explain an online booking error, but walking away isn't an option here. If he chooses to stay silent this time, he will literally have nowhere to sleep tonight. Real progress in learning a language happens right here. It happens in the exact moment when solving your immediate problem becomes more important than your fear of looking foolish. Leo takes a deep breath. He decides to drop the expectation of perfection, and he chooses to be brave. He strings together the few basic words he has. He looks at the worker and says, "Booked online. Paid. Need room." The worker doesn't laugh or judge him. Instead, the worker smiles warmly, understands the situation, and hands Leo a room key. The front desk worker easily connected the dots and fixed the problem, because the basic human intent was entirely clear. You do not need a massive vocabulary or advanced grammar to survive in an English-speaking environment. Simple words are powerful tools. From that night on, Leo starts using his basic words in everyday situations. He visits a doctor's office and successfully points out exactly where he feels pain. When he gets lost walking down a city street, he uses broken English to ask a stranger for directions, and he successfully finds his way back. Eventually, he returns to that busy cafe from his first day. This time, he stands tall at the counter and confidently orders a simple coffee. With every successful interaction, that heavy fear inside him physically shrinks. In its place, a real sense of independence starts to grow. Genuine confidence doesn't come from memorizing a dictionary. It comes from the repeated, lived experience of being understood by another person. This diagram shows the golden rule of real-world language use. Notice how the heavy weight of actual connection easily tips the scale. Effective communication matters vastly more than perfect grammar. When you speak to strangers, they are generally focused on understanding your needs and helping you out. They are not waiting to grade your sentences. Making awkward mistakes isn't a sign of failure. It is a completely normal, required part of the learning journey. Try taking your own first step today. Speak up in a real situation, even if your voice shakes. You are part of a supportive community of brave learners. Tell us your biggest fear about speaking in the comments below, and let's help each other grow.